What if everything you've been told about making money online is a lie? I've spent years testing most of the so-called passive income methods. I started with dropshipping, then Amazon FBA, and then launched a Shopify website. Those get-rich-quick promises and psychological tricks really did a number on me. And I was chasing success, I was losing money, and I learned the hard way. In this video, I'm exposing what really goes on behind the scenes of these online business models, and what the gurus never tell you. If you've ever thought about starting an online business, you need to see this first. Most people trying to make money online aren't building a business, they're being scammed. So why do millions still chase the dream of passive income, even when they kinda know the odds are stacked against them? In 2024, online scams raked in over $10 billion. Most of that was through courses, masterminds, and quote-unquote systems promising effortless wealth. But let's be real, online income isn't a fairy tale. There's millions of people getting paid from things like e-commerce, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, freelancing, and so on. In fact, the number of full-time online creators and remote entrepreneurs has grown over 30% year over year. It's no longer rare, it's normal. So here's the real issue. It's not the idea of online income itself, but the way it's sold to you. Most so-called opportunities are perfectly engineered to exploit your psychology. Confirmation bias makes you latch onto anything that confirms your dream. Optimism bias convinces you that you'll be the one that beats the odds. And FOMO, or the fear of missing out, rushes your judgment when a guru dangles a quote-unquote limited time offer. I know, because I've been there. And the result? A cycle of procrastination, wasted money, and years chasing shortcuts instead of building something real. In 2025, making money online is 100% possible, but only if you kill the fantasy, study the game, and commit to the grind. So let's break down the most hyped online money-making methods and what they actually look like behind the scenes. The first thing I ever tried was dropshipping, so we'll start with that now. Dropshipping isn't the easy online income stream. In fact, for most of us, it's a money pit. If it's so easy to start, why do so many people fail, right? Studies and industry data suggest 80 to 90% of dropshipping ventures fail within the first year. But people still build successful stores. Some even scale into full-time incomes. Doesn't that prove it can work? Yes, of course, successful dropshippers exist. Many who succeed specialize early, build strong brands, and often spend thousands on testing and learning before seeing any profits. So here are my 6 hard truths on dropshipping. Everyone's selling more or less the same products. So how will you stand out? The low barrier to entry means that countless sellers are offering identical items, often sourced from platforms like AliExpress. And standing out requires more than just listing products. It demands unique branding and marketing strategies. But before you can even think about branding, you need to pick a niche, right? Choosing the wrong niche can destroy your business before it even starts. Beginners often gravitate towards saturated niches like fitness or beauty, or pick boring ones with little demand. Success lies in finding a balance, a niche with sufficient demand but manageable competition. And even if you get that right, your listings won't be shown to real people for free. So advertising isn't optional, it's essential and expensive. Without a built-in audience, paid ads become the primary traffic source. However, ad costs have surged, and testing campaigns can quickly deplete your budget without guaranteeing sales. Yeah, not great. So let's say you magically start getting a ton of sales, right? How would you feel if you had to wait a whole month to receive that? In the age of instant gratification, waiting weeks for a product is unacceptable. Many suppliers are overseas, leading to shipping times of 2 to 4 weeks. This delay can result in customer dissatisfaction, negative reviews, and refund requests, all of which will harm your business's reputation. You see how many different problems we've stacked so far, and we aren't even finished yet. Here's another one. Low prices attract customers, but they also cut your profits. To stay competitive, prices are often kept low. After accounting for product costs, advertising, and transaction fees, profit margins can melt down to 10 to 30%. So one single misstep can wipe out your earnings. I'm sorry to kill your vibe, but dropshipping isn't winning the lottery. Only a small fraction of dropshippers find success. Will you be one of them? Estimates suggest that only 10 to 20% of dropshipping businesses succeed. Many fail due to unrealistic expectations and underestimating the challenges involved. So while it's technically possible to win at dropshipping, it's not the low-effort side hustle many YouTube gurus promise. The truth is that dropshipping success demands the same things any real business does. We're talking about skill, capital, time, and real dedication. If you're looking for passive income, this isn't it. Now let's move on to the next big thing. Amazon FBA isn't really an online business. It's a corporate battleground, and most new sellers are walking in unarmed. So if it's that hard, why do so many people still believe it's the easiest path to online income? Startup costs often hit $3,000 to $7,000 just to get going. And that's before marketing, fees, or hiccups. Meanwhile, around 50% of new FBA sellers see margins under 25%, and many don't profit for 6 to 12 months. The dream is clear. Amazon handles shipping, you sell products, and passive income rolls in. On paper, it's brilliant. You get to ride on the back of the biggest e-commerce platform in the world. After all, Amazon does over $500 billion in annual sales, and sellers using FBA often report higher conversion rates due to Prime eligibility. But here's what people miss. Amazon's biggest strength, which is its scale, is also its greatest danger. You're not just opening a store. You're entering a war zone dominated by ruthless competitors who can outspend and out-optimize you on every front. So here's the 5 harsh realities of selling on Amazon. You're not just selling, you're surviving. Amazon is dominated by big players with massive budgets. These apex predators slash prices, flood ads, and dominate high-traffic categories. If you're a newcomer selling kitchen tools or phone accessories, you'll likely get buried. Want to compete on price? You lose. Every time. You thought inventory was expensive? That's just the beginning. Startup costs often exceed $2,000 to $5,000. But then come the surprises. You've got trademark fees. They are about $225 to $600 per trademark, including legal help. You've got Amazon referral and fulfillment fees. They are around 15% of each sale, plus packaging, returns, and long-term storage costs on top of that. And don't forget about compliance and packaging. If you break a rule and Amazon pulls your listing, that's brutal. All this adds up fast, and it kills profit if you're unprepared. You're on Amazon's turf. Play by their rules or get wiped out. From high-quality images to product descriptions, every detail matters. Amazon expects speed, accuracy, and reliability every time. Too many returns? Account at risk. Late shipments? You're penalized. Most beginners crumble under this pressure. Stock too much and bleed fees. Stock too little and miss sales. Welcome to the tightrope. Buying inventory is a gamble. Overbuy, and you rack up Amazon's storage fees. Underbuy, and you run out, which is hurting your product's rank and your bottom line. Demand forecasting isn't just important, it's survival. Most FBA sellers aren't rich, they're barely breaking even. Reports suggest that 64% of sellers turn a profit within a year, but nearly half report margins of only 11 to 25%. And that's before ad spend, returns, and fee hikes. One bad quarter, and your profits vanish. So yes, Amazon FBA is real, and it can work. But it's not simple, not cheap, and definitely not passive. It's a logistical and financial puzzle that requires serious business intelligence, not just ambition. Unless you're ready to treat it like a full-on business, with capital, systems, and patience, Amazon FBA will eat you alive, and it won't apologize. Last one on the list are the Shopify e-commerce stores. Now let's see how that one ranks. Shopify gives you a beautiful storefront, right? But what's the point of a store that no one visits? If it's so quote-unquote easy, why do most Shopify stores never make it past a few sales? If any at all. Here's the deal. Up to 90% of new e-commerce stores fail within their first year. And that's not because the product is bad, but because they can't afford to be seen. Running a basic marketing campaign can burn through $500 to $2,000 and more a month, just for testing and traffic. On the surface, Shopify is incredible. It's got a drag-and-drop design, powerful features, and full control over your brand. You're not locked into Amazon's rules or competing against 20 sellers on the same listing. Shopify powers over 4 million businesses globally. And for those who get it right, it becomes a real, scalable brand platform. But freedom comes with a price. You're not just building a store, you're building an entire ecosystem from scratch. You build traffic, trust, tech, and operations. It's a lot of work. So here's the 4 harsh realities of running a Shopify e-commerce business. If you build it, they won't come, not without a budget. Launching a store is the easy part, because getting eyeballs on it is where the real challenge begins. A basic Facebook or Google Ads test can run $500 to $1,000, and that's just to gather data. You want to know about scaling? That's thousands per month. Then there's SEO, which is slow and competitive. You've also got social media, but that's a lot of hard repetitive work. Or even email marketing, but that one takes a lot of time to build real, sustainable lists. You're starting to notice the pattern, right? It's either costing you hundreds or thousands, or it's a lot of time and effort. All of this adds up before your first sale even lands. There are millions of stores. Why would anyone choose yours? You're up against Amazon, Etsy, and every influencer with a merch line. Getting someone to visit your store is hard, but getting them to return is even harder. Organic traffic takes months or years, and paid traffic burns through cash fast. Beginners often underestimate just how hard it is to break through the noise. For the most part, Shopify is easy, that is, until something breaks. Sure, picking a theme and uploading products is simple. But keeping your site fast, secure, and bug-free, that's a different game. Slow load speeds equals lost sales. Poor security equals a target for hackers. And broken pages equals abandoned carts. Don't know how to fix this stuff? You'll need developers, plugins, and support, which means more money and time. Here's another one. Customers want champagne on a beer budget. Can you deliver? If you price too high, people click off. Price too low, and your profit dies. Maybe you can source cheap products? Then expect returns and bad reviews. Or perhaps source high-quality ones. Now you need to charge more, and compete against giants doing exactly the same. Balancing product quality, margins, and customer satisfaction is one of the hardest and most overlooked parts of running a store. So sure, you can design a store in an afternoon, but building a business takes months, if not years of content, marketing, optimization, and systems work. And unless you're already skilled or can afford to hire pros, you'll face an uphill climb that most creators aren't prepared for. Shopify isn't a shortcut, it's a blank canvas. And like any blank canvas, it rewards creators who bring a vision, strategy, and serious hustle. The sustainable path isn't about chasing overnight millions. It's about creating value. Think content marketing that actually connects, customer engagement that's genuine, and planning that doesn't cut corners. That's where the real wins hide, not in the highlight reels of self-proclaimed gurus. Here's the final truth. Making money online isn't a scam, but it's no shortcut either. The road's littered with hidden costs, psychological traps, and overhyped promises, whether it's dropshipping, or Amazon FBA or Shopify. If it sounds too good to be true, trust me, it is. I've been there, and I can tell you. Real success comes from grinding it out, planning smart, and learning from every misstep. So, before you jump into the next get-rich-quick pitch, do your homework, brace for the hustle, and commit to the long game. If this video cut through the noise for you, hit that like button, subscribe for more Straight Talk insights, and drop a comment with your own story or questions. Let's keep it real and help each other dodge the traps. Until next time, stay smart and build something that lasts.